Hello, so if you haven't guessed by the title of the video or my current totally awesome attire, today I'm going to be doing a Harry Potter tag. I haven't been tagged to do it, but it is just something that I love, so I thought I would talk about it. So in the original tag video there are 30 questions and I don't want to make the world's longest video, so I am just going to pick out my favourite ones and just answer them instead. Hope this is cool. So the first question is quite a simple one. It is just quite simply, what is your favourite book? For me, my favourite book has always been The Half-Blood Prince, because you basically find out Voldemort's entire backstory, which is all really cool, and all of the stuff about Snape as well, which again is really cool, and you just learn more about all of these characters who you don't really know anything about. The next question is, what is your favourite movie? For me, I absolutely love the fourth one because there are a couple lines in that film which weren't necessarily in the book, but I think that they are just absolutely brilliant because it's quite a comical film with the whole Yule Ball and Ron and his dress robes and all of that kind of stuff. I just love it. The next question is, what is your favourite quote? I wouldn't say that I have a favourite quote as per se, but if you were to ask me for a quote, the first one that springs to mind immediately is the one from Dumbledore when he says, "Happiness can be found in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light." The next question is, what is your favourite Weasley? For me, it's got to be Ginny, because when I was younger I wanted to be Ginny so bad and I thought that she was awesome. And she is just totally badass. The next question is there a character which you felt differently about in the movie versus the books? One that really bugs me and is going to bug me until the day I die is how much they changed Ron. Because they gave half of his lines to Hermione, which makes her look totally awesome, but it makes Ron just kind of suck. And he doesn't really have, if you just watch the movies, he doesn't really have much of a role per se. He just sort of makes sarcastic comments now and then, and it really doesn't show his friendship with Harry very well, because I don't think he's shown to really care too much, and he's just constantly in a grump with Harry over one thing or another. So I feel like book Ron is just really been let down by the movies. The next question is, Richard Harris or Michael Gambon as Dumbledore? For me, I definitely absolutely loved Richard Harris a lot more. I don't know whether it's because he was Dumbledore first, but in my mind, from reading the books to watching the films, he is pretty much spot on what I imagined. And I also feel like the character Dumbledore, he portrayed it better as later on in the books, when a lot of Dumbledore's backstory is revealed, it's so much of a shock to the reader because you know Dumbledore is this really lovely old wise man, which is how Richard Harris, I feel, portrayed him better than Michael Gambon's kind of angry Dumbledore. Although don't get me wrong, I also think Michael Gambon did a great job. I just personally prefer Richard Harris. The next question is, what is your top thing, person or event, which wasn't included in the movie that annoyed you the most? I could honestly give you a giant list, but the number one thing that really bugs me is the fact that the sixth film / book is called Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Yet in the film adaptation, not once is it actually explained anything Snape has a sort of throwaway line of, "Yes, Potter, I am the Half-Blood Prince," but that's never explained in the slightest. You're like, what? And that's literally the title of the film. So I think that's a bit bizarre that they've not included that. The next question is, if you could remake any of the Potter movies, which one would it be? I'm gonna have to say Deathly Hallows, because for me personally, they just, they changed everything. It's just all over the place. It is a mess. I absolutely love it as a film on its own, but if you're comparing it with a book, it's just an absolute mess. I'm sorry. The next question, which house were you actually sorted into on Pottermore? In case you can't tell by my yellow robes, I am a Hufflepuff, I absolutely love being a Hufflepuff. I think it's a brilliant house. It is so overlooked, and I'm very excited for the film Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, because the main character is also a Hufflepuff. If you could own one of the 3 Hallows, which would it be? I think I would really like the invisibility cloak, because the wand, I mean, I have no personal intentions on being the most powerful person ever, so that would be kind of useless. And the ring, I definitely don't think that would be right to bring people back from the dead. That's a definite no-no in my opinion. Cloak would be absolutely awesome, and I think if I had that as a kid, sneaking downstairs in the middle of the night to get some food out the fridge would have been marvellous. If you could bring one character back to life, who would it be? I think I'm gonna have to go with the obvious answer, which is Fred, because I just can't imagine him without George. And it was just, So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I tag anyone really who would like to do the Harry Potter tag to do it in honour of Fred Weasley. May his memory live on forever.